Hi, it's Dr. Sasheen, and welcome to Women in Transition. So, this short video is about the road ahead and the road behind. So, the other day I put out a video about how TV really prepped Gen X for just about anything, and you should go back and watch it because I think I make some pretty good points. One of the points that I make is that when you have been on the planet as long as we have, you understand that you can learn a lot from the road behind, which will help you figure out the road ahead. And so, in the face of resounding noise in the system, our transitionary time of life, the time when we should be focusing on things like the next decade before retirement, maybe 2 decades, depending on when you decide to retire, what to do with the 40, 50-year-old changes that the body is going through, if we're looking to change careers, do something different with our financial health, like when all of those things should be our focus and our main concern. Also, if you have kids, raising those kids up to adulthood, if you have older parents, you might be in that sandwich generation, right? And so all of those issues are road behind, like there's precedent for all of those issues. And so as we look backwards, we can see other generations have gone through similar transitions. Obviously, we're only the current generation to hit the 40 to 50s. It's just that we're the Gen X generation, so we are unique and special. And then we could use that to help us forge the road ahead for, the millennials, the Gen Zs, the alphas that are still to come. What we have that's different is a cultural time period where the world is also going through something pretty significant. And we have gone through pretty significant things in our years on the planet. Obviously, Gen X, we've lived through a couple of Gulf Wars, a couple of invasions, terrible genocides, tanking economies. Like, we've lived through a lot. But the road behind us has never quite prepared us in our living lifetime for some of the things that are happening now. But that's where history is our friend, right? That's where history can point out to us what others did when some of these, I don't want to call them bellwether, but when some of these big red flags started happening, we can look back and see what other societies did. And that might be scary for you. And I get that because some of the red flags that were back then that are here now, and some of the folks that didn't do anything then, they ain't doing shit now either. But it also has to be a blueprint for us because we are in a different place in space and time, from separate from those historical contexts that we might see ourselves within. We also have a modern context that has never existed before. So to that end, whatever happens now is inherently going to look different. It isn't going to be exactly the same as what has come before, for better or for worse, y'all. So what does that mean for us going through all the other transitions? And you lay that on top of a world that's going through some pretty significant transitions, and not the whole world, but a significant portion of it. What it means is this: we need to sit down and figure out what's important now. What is important for the next 3 months? What is important for the next 6 months? Where do you want to see yourself by the end of the year? It used to be everyone says, make your vision boards for the year, make it, and then you can make a 3 and 5 year plan. Because people are so overwhelmed right now with so many things coming at them, on top of all the things already that we have to think about, I want you to think about getting through one cycle, one quarter, 3 months. Figure out in the next 3 months, what are the things that I need to do for my sanity? What are the things that I need to do for my peace? What are the things that I need to do to bring some stability and equilibrium? Because I'm going to keep saying this. What is happening is not going to affect everyone equally. And you have got to figure out, where is it that your skill sets are going to take you and your family? Where are you going to end up? And if it seems too overwhelming to think about the end of the year, what about the next 3 months? Because some places people are feeling it, right? But in other places, people are not. It hasn't come down to Main Street yet, right? Nothing's changed significantly yet. It will. But we don't have to wait to see what might happen. History does give us some lessons that we can look to. Industries that thrive in a recession, people who stood up against fascism, movements that were birthed. Maybe this is your time. Whatever it is, you need to now figure it out. Because I think that one of the things that we can't allow to happen is that we don't do anything, that we do nothing. And honestly, Gen X, we don't really know what it means to not do anything. Like, we've been doing stuff our whole life. Now I want you to do things that will propel your life to a place that makes you better off than you are right now, not worse. And there are some things that are in the ether, right, that have people scared that they're going to be worse off and not better, which is why I'm asking you, what is it that you're going to do today? Get out that Venn diagram I keep talking about of what do I have to do? What do I need to do? And then what do I want to do? Find the sweet spot and start there. If you're like, where do I even begin? It is not enough to rail online. It is not enough to write in our journals all the time. We have to ask ourselves the question about our life. Where do I want to be in 3 months, 6 months into the year? And then go from there. Next year is going to take care of itself. Because no matter what, it's going to come. Where are you going to be when it gets here? But for the next 3 months, quarter, or not quarter, because that would be 4. But for the next 3 month cycle, what is it that you can do? What's one thing that you can do that gets you a step closer to where you want to be in 6 months? And then what's another thing? If you get that completed, right? Then what's the next thing that you can do that gets you a step closer to where you want to be in 12 months? And then you keep walking. You keep taking those steps, because paralysis and overwhelm has you scrolling through social media and not taking the time to make a plan. It has you fretting about money and not thinking, okay, well, what happens if, or how can I parlay my skill set into an industry that isn't going anywhere? Or even to a country that wants what I have to offer. Because I'm telling you, you need to be loyal to you first. You first. Everything else second. So that's what I want to leave you with today. I didn't want to bring something really heavy because it's a lovely Sunday afternoon. It's wash day. I just got my hair blown out, so now I got to get it straightened. But I did want to say that I think it's important to look behind for what we can glean from how to act in this moment. Recognize that this moment is unique because this iteration of the world has never existed before. So all bets could be off, right? But there are some blueprints for the future that exist behind us that we can use. And the one thing that we know how to do is use a blueprint. That's it for the moment. Please hit like, subscribe, and share this message out for anyone else who might be feeling overwhelmed or out of hope. Because remember, we don't break. We just might have to bend a little. Take care. Bye now.